Roger John Madden in Orizaba, Mexico. Oh, there go the cable cars. They start from down there. There's a river walk along the Orizaba River. And they go all the way up to the top of Cerro del Borrego. And you can see the lights on Cerro del Borrego. There's actually a big park up there, and you can walk up there also. I haven't attempted that. So you can ride the cable cars to the very top and back for 100 pesos, which is a great deal. And this whole area back here is incredibly charming. I love the fountain down there. I've spent some great times down there. If you go down there, the river walk is down there. And there's a zoo all along the river walk. And it's just so great. It's like Disneyland, but it's not made up. It's not phony. They just added some touches to a stunning, stunning city with mountains, surrounded by mountains, way up in the mountains. And here comes the cable cars back down. Is that like wonderful? And there's a gorgeous church down there. I think that one is Santa Ana. The Franciscans came here in the 1500s and put up some, with the Spaniards, and put up some gorgeous, gorgeous churches. Santa Ana is huge. Santa Anita is just a couple blocks away from it. It is very beautiful and much smaller. So I'm getting ready to maybe leave. Orizaba for reasons that are explained on other videos. I've been saying for the 5 weeks I've been here that I might never leave. I knew that was not true because I'm really meant to be by the ocean. But my plans now are 6 months of the year in Veracruz, which gives me access to beaches and mountains. I can be back up here in a few hours. And I can't picture not having this town be a part of my life. I had a fabulous day yesterday that included wonderful, wonderful phone conversations with 4 very important friends. And this is at a time when I've been on the road for 4 years, and loneliness and isolation have been the dark side of a wonderful, spectacular time in my life. And the year in Mexico has been unbelievably wonderful. Poor because I have an old car that's been just really so expensive here in Mexico. And disoriented, new culture, new language, which I've gotten better, but not enough by any means. So isolation has been even more of an issue. And then my phone got stolen in Tampico almost a year ago. So I went almost a year with no cell phone. And it's only now when I've forked over the money to buy this new phone, which I couldn't afford, but I had to get, that I've realized, wow, I can be talking to people again. So yesterday I had 4 fabulous conversations ranging from 40 minutes to over an hour. And the first was with my buddy Tom Kilby. Early in the morning he called me back, and I documented that in another video. The second was with Norm Amos in Chicago. Tom Kilby's back in the southeast. He's in Greenville, South Carolina now, a couple hours south of where I knew him in Asheville, North Carolina. Norm Amos, who I talked to second yesterday, is back in Chicago in the suburb of Oak Park, where I had lived also. And I want to talk about Lynn Staudacher, who also is in Chicago. I was born in Chicago and was there until I moved away for grad school and kept coming back to Chicago because my mom was there. And because I'm a Chicago guy, it shaped me. You know Chicagoans, gritty, real, working class Chicagoans especially. No bullshit people. And Lynn Staudacher, I want to say, Lynn, that I met you in the OD network. I had transitioned from psychology to being a corporate consultant, and because I didn't know jack about corporations or organization development, I knew psychology. I relied on the local chapter of the wonderful national group that helped supported people who were in corporations doing the heroic work of helping people grow and change and work well together in organizations. It mostly doesn't even exist anymore. I think nobody gets called organization development, it's organization effectiveness, and you have to prove in advance that it's going to have a profit. Back when I was doing it 30 years ago, the most visionary companies, like I was at AT&T, that really believed that if it's good for the people, it's good for the bottom line. You can't sell that anymore. So, Lynn, is that where I met you, is the OD Network? Because I don't remember that you were doing that kind of work. What I remember about Lynn Staudacher when I met her, what, 35 years ago, was that she was a beautiful blonde with a body that I just had to try to keep my mouth closed when she was around. Like, no. So either she's going to be embarrassed or mad. Because, you know, we're both a lot older now. And isn't it fun to remember all that? She was a bombshell. Oh, my God. And so smart. And so thoughtful. And an astrologer. And I want to say she was a massage therapist also back then. Because I have a memory that's going to either just delight or outrage her. Or it's possibly the wrong woman. That would be the worst if the memory I'm about to share is actually somebody else. But I don't think it was. She had given me a massage at her apartment, and it was so great. And we ended up making love on the massage table. Is that not right, Lynn? And it was unbelievable. So, was that our first time? Wow. 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 Down here they say G-U-A-O. Wow. And Lynn is a wonderful astrologer. Really, really deep into it. And especially in the 20 years now that I've been gone from Chicago, there have been times that she's been so helpful to me by explaining, you know, everybody will tell you this will pass. All things shall pass. This too shall pass. But sometimes it's hard to believe it. And when she would say, well, this planet is in this house, and this is over here, and that's why you're going through this now, and it will change on October 3rd, you know? When she said that, I believe it. It really helped. It really helped. So, she's had a lot of health reversals. She's had a progressive condition that's got her legs really shot now, really gotten in the way of her mobility. And we had got, when I was in Chicago, I saw her 2 or 3 times at her apartment. That was 2 years or 2.5 years ago. I was in Chicago, the fall of 21. And we've fallen out of touch. I think we hadn't talked since I left, I think. She does Facebook. I don't do that anymore. She's got a really strong family. Her sisters are really important to her. She's a gem. She's such a deep soul. And what a trooper she is, because with her problem with her legs, she had fallen and broken her wrist. I didn't tell her, oh, you've got a plate in your wrist? And how many screws? Because I've got a plate and like 9 screws in my wrist. And I want to tell her, that was maybe 5-6 years ago. I never remember it. No, I'm not aware of that big metal piece in my arm. No, the only time I remember it is when I see the scars. Yeah. But she's in rehabbing from the fall, and they're not telling her when she'll get out. So she had to negotiate with the system and her roommate and stuff like that. So we didn't get to talk as long as I want, but I said, Lynn, I love talking to you. I love talking to you. You're such an important part of my life. How often can I call you every day? No. I said, how soon should I call you again? And she said, well, aim for Wednesday or Thursday. And these are the time frames that work here at the, it's a really very fine, she's out in the northwest suburbs, and I think it's a beautiful facility. And she's got lots of friends. She's got great friends and great family, so she's not alone by any means. Lynn Staudacher, oh man, I'm happy to have you back in my life. You're a credit to me. You make me look good. If I have friends like you, I'm not the asshole some people think. by the end of this, watching this video, you may be one of those people who are convinced I'm an asshole. I don't know. All right, bye.